everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Today's video is in my kitchen today. Ignore the dirty dishes that haven't been done yet. That's just what my house looks like all the time. Today I am going to be showing you some exercises that you can do to help improve your flexibility as well as help you get your splits. And just a little bit of background on me. If you haven't been following me, I have been dancing for about 20 years. I wouldn't consider myself a professional, but I do have a lot of years of experience under my belt. And the other thing is, I am not naturally a flexible person. I've always had a very tight and rigid body. And for some people, that's the way it is, and they just have to work a little bit harder in order to be flexible. And for other people, it just comes a lot more naturally. I will say that right now, I do not currently have my split, but I will insert a picture from 10 years ago when I could do a split. The most important things that you want to keep in mind when trying to get your split is to practice these exercises every day. Actually take the time and practice. I always got results when I would actually take the time and practice. I didn't like it, but if I did it, then I would be closer to my splits. The other thing that I want to say is to not attempt a split if you are not warmed up. And yes, you're gonna see cats walking back and forth if you've seen some tails bobbing back and forth. What I was trying to say is that do not attempt a split if you are not warmed up. You must warm up first because one, it'll be a lot easier to stretch into a split if you're warmed up. And two, you will likely injure yourself if you try to do a split with not doing any exercise beforehand. So I highly recommend getting warmed up first. In dance, we usually do bar with pliés, tendus, dégagés, etc. If you dance, you know what those terms mean. So now I'm going to show you a few different exercises as well as how to kind of ease yourself into a split. Okay, so I have to adjust the camera as I do these exercises because almost all of them are on the floor. There's one that isn't. So the first exercise I'm going to show you is the runner's stretch, or it's called the half-seated split. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna want to bend down and stick one of your legs out. So I'm bending on my left foot and stretching out my right, and then you'll want to bend forward a little bit until you feel a stretch under where your hamstring is. And you want to hold that for about 20 to 30 seconds. You can hold it longer if it's more comfortable, but usually 20 to 30 seconds is what you want to do. Once you're done that, you'll just switch legs and stretch as far as you can go. You don't want to hurt yourself, but you should feel that stretch. So the next exercise is called the standing forward pose, and this one is really, really easy. So you start off standing, and you are just going to bend forward with a flat back and just reach down as far as you can. And you want to keep your knees straight so that, again, you feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Right now, I can only reach to my calves, but some people can reach down to their ankles or the floor. If you can only reach to your thighs, that is fine too. Just stretch as far as you can and hold that for about 20 seconds. And the last exercise that I want to show you is called the half pigeon pose. So you're going to want to have one leg bent forward like this, and then the other leg is stretched out in the back. You want to hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds and bend forward a little bit so that way you can feel a stretch. But again, don't push yourself if it hurts too much. If you just need to be up, then be up. I could probably go to about here. And then switch legs so that way you can even out the stretch. And I'm going to go down to about here. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to attempt a split. You do not want to start all the way from standing and just go down. That is not really the way that you want to do it, because you could hurt yourself if you like go too fast. So how I kind of start myself into a split is I go back into that runner stretch, or like the half seated split. I'll put my leg out and just kind of stretch it first. And then I will switch and kind of go into a lunge and stretch that for a little bit. If you feel like you still need to stretch a little bit more, I would go back and forth, because again, you don't want to go down into a split if you don't feel like your muscles are warmed up. And then when you're ready, usually from the lunge, you'll just straighten your front leg. And this is about as far as I can get, so you'll just want to hold it for like 20 seconds. I had to stop because that was a little bit uncomfortable for me, but that is basically the idea of things that you would want to practice and stretches you want to do in order to get your split. Like I said, as long as you practice every single day, you are going to see results. It took me, I want to say it took me probably a month of consistently doing exercises every day before I finally got my split. And like I said, people either are like me and are not super flexible, or there are people who are just really naturally flexible. Everybody's body is different, so don't worry about what progress you are making versus somebody else. That is all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you aren't already. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitch. All of my social media links are down in the description below, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!